Alright, hey Chris. Sorry I'm late on getting this done, but better late than never. So, originally, of course, I was going to do this for the class, but I don't really need to describe her story too much since we all know what it is. I actually did play through it, and I got all the achievements. Wow, I know. So amazing, right? But, that was cool. So, I just made this little video to kind of show what Ultra Kill is like, because it's kind of, I think it's better to describe it by just showing it. But just so that I fulfill the requirements of the assignment, Ultra Kill is a fast-paced first-person shooter with a high focus on using your entire arsenal, dodging attacks, being rewarded for high accuracy and precise movement, and being punished severely for mistakes. And it has a big focus on having a good flow and combat loop, and there's also a big focus on style and getting high ranks and scores. So I'll just show this off real quick, and hopefully it's not too loud, and it will actually work, because Google Slides really sucks. Okay. Okay. So as you can see there's a lot going on. That's just the cyber grind mode and just spamming a bunch of crazy stuff. Lots of keyboard mashing and getting your keybinds right. So it's a very stark contrast from her story, which I thought would make it fun because it's stupid and I love Ultra Kill. So, and then as far as her story, instead of reading this, I'll just describe it. It's just, I'm just going to describe it anyway. It's just an interactive game where it sort of looks like you're on an old computer. You're just compiling clips and searching keywords. Interesting thing I learned is that if you just type blank, since everything is tagged with it, and then just untag it, you can just find every clip. So there's a little fun thing you can do there. Very simple. You can just tag things as you like, go back for them later. You just have to find a minimum amount of things until the guy in chit chat says, "Are you done?" You say yes, or you can say no, and then when you're really done, you can ask him again, and then you just call him, and then the game just ends. Spoilers, you're actually playing as, I think, Sarah's daughter. And then, of course, there's two people, not Sarah, Hannah, my bad. Your name is Sarah. And then, you just, what is it? Sorry, I'm not going off a script here. And then it's like, what is it? There's just these two people living this kind of same life, and then Simon dies from getting the mirror, shard slashed across his throat, so it's kind of cool. The external constraints for Ultra Kill would be basic FPS stuff, so health, damage, checkpoints, weapon and ability cooldown, stuff like your Knuckle Blaster has a cooldown, your parry, all weapons, of course. The rail cannon is your special weapon, sort of, has a decently long cooldown, about 15 seconds. I'd say, as far as level constraints goes, if you care about getting ranks, it would just be for kills, the style meter, and time. And then, of course, there's hard damage, which is based on the style meter, so if you're taking a lot of hits consecutively, you won't be able to heal as much, since there's the whole blood is fuel mechanic, which I guess I should mention, which is you just heal yourself with blood by getting next to enemies, or with parrying. As far as external constraints, oh my god, typo, I can't believe this. I'm going to edit it in the video. This is so jank, Jesus. Alright, internal constraints. Confusion or a lack of ideas. Oh wait, no, I'm stupid. Okay. You're gonna love this. I know you're gonna love this. So her story's external constraints consist of, I guess, just a confusion, or you're not really sure what to search for, because there's a lot of stuff I didn't even know what to search for, because I was trying to get the achievements, and I was like, what? Why am I searching this stuff? I can't remember an example, but it was just random shit that I would have never searched for. So the blank method really helped that. And then combining keywords to find specific stuff, it was just kind of difficult. There were things that I just stumbled across randomly and I just get kind of bored and it's just whatever. I got some screenshots here. They're not really great quality, but you can kind of see what's going on. So, constraints, you got your style meter, your cooldowns, your dead, and then getting all S ranks with no death, P rank, and then there's your style meter there. As far as internal constraints goes, ultra kills would really just be, I guess, frustration. It's a difficult game with a high skill ceiling, but that's fine. There's a lot of stuff you can do to challenge yourself if you like. You can just do like a fist-only run, which is honestly pretty doable. It's pretty fun. There isn't a lot of internal constraints. It's very fair. It's a very fair game, unless you're under the Mayo and you just hate it, and only use the charge pistol, so you can do that. Internal constraints for her story are just impatience or boredom. It's kind of nitpicky, but it's definitely not for everybody. It's probably not a game I would have played if not for this class or even heard of. There's definitely the temptation to take notes or look things up, but you can just not do that. Because I definitely looked up that one bar. It was called like the Rockington Arms or something. I was like, what the hell? It sounds like a gun shop, but they don't have guns in England. They only stab each other over there. So I was kind of worried about that. I was like, what the hell? But generally, just low-key, slow-paced game. Very, not very replayable, but I suppose that's another internal constraint you could go on. I mean, I don't see myself revisiting a game like this again, to be honest. As far as Horizons of Action, Ultra Kills is extremely simple. You go forward until you get to the end of the level. You will not be confused unless it is in the secret level where it's intentionally confusing. You just kill everything, get to the checkpoint. If there is a boss, you kill the boss, and then you go in the red elevator. Every level starts and ends with one. So it's very simple. You can kind of see it here. This is kind of a crappy screenshot, but it's the red elevator there, and then there's the crack in the wall when you're fighting V2. You're supposed to chase after him. And on the Earth Mover fight, it's just a straightforward pathway. There's really not much to say there. As far as her story, pretty simple. Just watch the clips until the guy tells you to go talk to him or call him or whatever. And then eventually, once you do all that stuff, Sarah has crossed the road and you log off, and then you can kind of mess around after that. As far as, oh no, right, because I organized this really weird, sorry. Horizons of Intent. Just kill everything. Clear the level. Just beat the boss, beat the enemies. That's all you really got to do. Get enough style, kills, don't die, do it quickly. Pretty much it. Not a lot there. Find your secrets and stuff, secret orbs. Do the level challenges as well, like get to the level or surface in under 10 seconds for Leviathan, for example, right here. And then, the level's telling you you're going to die if you don't get out of here soon, so get out. And then there's the ending for every level. As far as... for her story, Horizons of Intent are pretty simple. Just find the clues. There's not really much to say there. Figure it out. Figure out what happened. I think it really depends on what kind of player you are, which you can consider an internal constraint too. Personally, for me, I was just like, this is cool, but I want to finish it, and I love achievements because I love the dopamine release. It's great. So I just was like, all right, let's just get this done. So I feel like for some people, they might want to really soak up the ambience and try to figure out the entire story. So it kind of depends. It's definitely not necessary. As far as... Did I screw up here in 10? Oh yeah, I guess I just somehow missed a Horizon of Action for her story. Well, damn, I did a really bad job with this, huh? The Horizon of Action for her story is just to click on stuff and search things. There isn't really much to say. You're just trapped with your keywords, and you've got your tags. You can always do the blank strategy. That's really all there is to it. There's not much to say there. It's not like you can die or fail, so yeah, it's pretty straightforward. Just continue until you don't have any more eyeball icons on clips. As far as anticipation in Ultra Kill, mostly with foreshadowing fights or big difficulty spikes, like by showing weapon pickups and stuff. I didn't include it here, but there's when you first get the rail cannon, you're kind of introduced to a harder section of the game, so stuff like that. You have the ominous levels for the bosses. You go here, you fight the Flesh Panopticon, you got the little dark build-up where it's all completely dim, and you fight it. And then, yeah, just in general, a lot of ominous music, ambience, build-up, etc. For anticipation, I would say that's about all there really is for it. Sometimes there's dialogue, like when Gabriel the Angel is telling you to turn back before you fight him, stuff like that. As far as her story goes, it's definitely slow and ominous. You just start to put the pieces together in your own head. It's generally somewhat fragmented, but you kind of get an idea of it in general. You start to put the pieces together in your own head. So, yeah, I would say there isn't a whole lot there. Sometimes when you uncover more damning clues or more meaningful clues. You'll get people's faces flashing onto the screen with sirens, can really scare the crap out of you. It's kind of weird. But you kind of just build a mental image of it, and you're not really sure, so it builds this good tension. So I guess that would be the anticipation. And then let's see, so flow state. So I feel like that video did a pretty good job of showing it. Ultra Kill is probably one of the most flow compatible games you can find. It's like, I can't even, like, your brain just stops thinking and your body takes over. All the muscle memory will just do it for you. It's fantastic. It's like one of the most amazing action game experiences you can have. So I'd say it's completely perfect in that regard. It's really like, it's not something you can describe as well as you can just show. Like, I have all the muscle memory for it. Like, if scientists did like some kind of crazy scan on my brain, they would find like such perfect wiring for that stuff. It's great. It's like as natural as driving a car, which is stupid but probably true. As far as her story's flow state, I think it depends on the kind of person you are, but generally speaking, it's going to be a lot more lax and chill, easy to kind of slack off. It's not like you can't die, so, or you can't screw up. There's no time restrictions or anything. The flow state's really just going to be being in the right mindset to find keywords or match clues. Maybe get some good tags going. I was pretty bad about that, to be honest. I didn't really write down tags for stuff because I figured I just didn't want to go back later and look at the same clips because it didn't seem helpful. So it really depends on what kind of person you are, but I would say the flow state is pretty simple. It's just kind of like you're on a roll with finding stuff and just putting things together. So that's about all I'd say for it. Yeah, well, sorry for doing this so late, but hey, better late than never.